After a promising start to the recent road trip, the Lakers found life in the South less than hospitable. However, every trip must come to an end, and the Lakers are happy to be back in LA. Tonight, they welcome one of the most exciting players in the NBA. At any given moment, the Raptors' Vince Carter can take his game and his team to another level. Can the Lakers contain Carter and end their two-game losing streak? We'll find out next on Fox Sports Net. Welcome live once again to Staples Center on a rainy and sometimes flooding night in downtown Los Angeles as Fox Sports Net presents Shaquille O'Neal and the Los Angeles Lakers. And speaking of storms, Shaq didn't arrive tonight until about 45 minutes ago. It took him over an hour and 40 minutes to get into the arena tonight. Arriving early on the team bus was Vince Carter, healthy once again, and that's good news for everybody in Toronto. As tonight, the Toronto Raptors out of the Eastern Conference take on the Los Angeles Lakers. Hi, everybody, and welcome. I'm Paul Sunderland, joined as always by Stu Lance. The Lakers have returned home from, well, a subpar road trip, no doubt about that, winning just half of the 4 games. And when Karl Malone and Gary Payton joined this team, Stu, everybody thought the offense would take a little while, but it's been the defense that's kind of gone missing.
And that's unusual because usually your defense is well ahead of your offense, especially when you're trying to learn the triangle offense. So what's happened to the defense? We don't know, but they're not playing on the same page. Too much dribble penetration where there's no help from the back line. You know, you got to get back in transition. The team is slow in reacting. They're allowing, especially point guards, to just walk down the lane. Where's the help from the weak side? Screens, guys are open for jump shots. So they've got to all get on the same page, do it the way we know they can do it, because they're having difficulties doing it their way. Giving up 101 points per game this year, that obviously will not get you very many wins. And 100+ points allowed on the 4-game road trip that they just split 2-2. You can see the problems. Hopefully tonight they can start to rectify them.
And as Phil Jackson alluded to, and that was pointing to the obvious, 23 turnovers for 25 points. You don't have a defense designed when you turn the ball over. For the Toronto Raptors, good at home, but they're not at home tonight at the Air Canada Centre looking for their first road win. And Vince Carter, it's great to see him back healthy again. One of the league's premier players.
It is nice to see Vince healthy again, but what Vince needs is some healthy scorers on his team with him. There's no support for Vince Carter. The guy's averaging 25, 26 points, but he's got nobody else on his team averaging 8. The next highest scorer is 7. So how are you going to have any kind of consistent offense when you can't get consistent scoring from other people? What's that do? It puts all the pressure on your defense. If you're only scoring 80 points a game, wow, look what you have to do to win. You got to hold the opposition under 80.
So 2 teams that used to focus at the offensive end, at least for now, are focusing at the defensive end. And for more on tonight's game, let's go over to the third member of our broadcast crew, Bill McDonald.
Thank you so much, Sonny. You know, Stu was talking about no support for Vince Carter. Well, the Lakers would like a little more support from their bench. Granted, it's thin. Rick Fox won't be back for a couple of months or so, and Slava Medvedenko is just about to return. But Derek Fisher has sort of led the charge from the bench, if you will. He's the only bench player scoring at least or over 3 points with 11 a game. Now for Derek Fisher, this is a whole new role. Remember, this is a guy who was the point guard for 3 world championship teams. I was talking to Jim Clemens a few minutes ago, and you know, he was a third guard off the bench for most of his career. He says it's a very difficult adjustment. One night you got to come in and be a defensive stopper. Another night a scorer. Another night you got to dish it. Well, Derek Fisher was only 15 out of 45 on the last trip shooting, but he's still, in general, shooting with a lot of confidence. Look for Big D to have a big game again tonight. When we come back, Stu and Paul and the play-by-play.
All right, Laker fans, Van Earl right in our studios of the Southern California Sports Report. We will get you to the tip-off in just a moment, but we wanted to remind you of what's coming up on the SESR after this basketball game. Of course, complete highlights, interviews, and analysis from the Laker-Raptor battle. We've got Ducks and Leafs skating at the pond, and we'll also bring you a report on Pete Carroll and his Trojans. As for the Lakers, don't forget, they're back on Fox Sports Net Friday, hosting the Pistons, hosting Miami on Sunday, and then they got to fly out for a Tuesday night game in Detroit. When we return, Paul Sunderland, Stu Lance with the call of the Lakers Raptors. from Staples Center right here on Fox Sports Net.
Welcome back, everybody, to what will be a sold-out Staples Center. But as you might imagine, if you've looked out your living room window, you know that it's raining a lot. Thunder and lightning storming in Southern California. Hope everybody has gotten home safely, but it's going to be a crowd that fills in as the first quarter goes on, as we get you to the starting lineup for the 5-2 Los Angeles Lakers. Karl Malone, Devin George up front, along with Shaquille O'Neal, Kobe Bryant and Gary Payton in the backcourt. The head coach is Phil Jackson in his 13th season overall, his 5th here in Los Angeles. The Lakers were 50-32 under Phil Jackson last season. For the Toronto Raptors at 4-3, they've won all of their games at home. Their starting lineup changed a little bit. We'll get to that momentarily. Jerome Williams, one of the league's top rebounders, along with newcomer Michael Curry, Antonio Davis, Vince Carter, and Milt Palacio making his first start of the season. Started 46 games last year for Cleveland. Speaking of first, Kevin O'Neal. Last couple of seasons an assistant with Detroit. The first time head coach in the NBA, his inaugural season in Toronto, where the Raptors were 24-58 over the retired Lenny Wilkens, the game's all-time leading winner in terms of coaching victories.
Devin George, they talk about the Lakers starting lineup, and it seems like Devin is left out of the talk all the time. But on Monday, he had a season-high 17 points, shot 6 out of 7 from the field. The problem was Devin didn't get enough shots. When you're 6 out of 7, you want the ball in your hands quite a bit.
Kobe Bryant and Vince Carter, and there is Carter once again. 4 times an All-Star. He was Rookie of the Year in 1999 when he averaged 18 points a game. But as goes Vince Carter, as go the Toronto Raptors, and he's had injuries the last couple of seasons. The Raptors did not make the playoffs last year after being eliminated in the 2002 playoffs in the first round by Detroit. We have a clock malfunction. There have been some lightning strikes. I don't want to over-dramatize this, mind you, but earlier on this afternoon, there was lightning around the downtown area of Los Angeles, and the house lights did dim momentarily about 4 or 4:30 this afternoon, and it may well have affected that clock.
Well, only one end is out, though. They're normally tied, and it was the Raptors' end that the 24-second clock and game clock wasn't functioning, but they don't need it. They could have had that thing go black. The way the Lakers been playing defense, they haven't helped many 24-second violations. Quick scores, so I look for the Lakers to really pick it up and get back to playing Laker type of basketball.
They've been talking about that, certainly. Although there wasn't a lot of talk, as we well know, Stu, on the ride home from Memphis. That was a very quiet plane trip, and still the clock is ticked off 1 second, but the shot clock is still at 24. So the Lakers will have possession and have it to start the 4th period, but we're still working on some electronic difficulties. And again, a late arriving crowd, a sellout, no doubt.
Let's see how the Lakers start off. I'm not worried. I'm not talking about on their offensive end. I want to see how they start off on the defensive end against a team that doesn't put many points on the board to begin with.
Shaq's got it at the pinch post. Hands off to Payton. 15-foot jump shot. No. Nice rebound by Antonio Davis, formerly of the Indiana Pacers. Laker fans will remember him from playing against the Lakers in that championship back in 2000. Palacio on the wing. Kicks it out to Michael Curry. Came over from Detroit in the trade for Lindsey Hunter. Oh, boy, I thought that was the Lakers' ball.
Yeah, off his knee. And Gary Payton thinks it went off his knee as well. Gary, with the quick hands, reached in and knocked it free, but it'll still be Raptor basketball.
Palacio played his college basketball at Colorado State in his 5th season. Inbounds to Carter. Been shooting the ball superbly from outside. Nice pass inside to Jerome Williams. Doesn't look to score. Kicks it out. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Palacio misses, and there's an offensive rebound.
One thing about Davis, he will get you some boards. Antonio has always been tough on the glass.
Away from Devin George is Vince Carter, and he opens the books on this one with a 17-footer off the left wing.
When you're guarding Vince on this team, you don't want to get into a help situation. He is their offense. You stay attached to him and make somebody else shoot the ball.
Kobe goes back into Shaq, cuts baseline. Here come the purple jerseys. Shaq thought he was hit on the arm. Nice offensive rebound by Kobe Bryant. Count the basket and the foul.
Now, there's one of the things that Kobe will be able to do a lot of, and that's get offensive rebounds, because he doesn't have to be the trigger man on all of the offense. He was running the baseline, then all of a sudden he sneaks in on the inside for an offensive rebound and a putback. He's got a 3-point opportunity to start this game off.
Kobe, 19 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists as he misses that first free throw, but just 5 of 15 from the floor in that losing effort. A loss 105-95 at Memphis on Monday night.
One thing about shooting a free throw or any other thing, to give yourself a chance, you got to get it over the front of the lip. If you don't get it over the front, you generally have no chance.
Kobe matched up on Curry, beats him off the dribble, takes it all the way down the lane, missed the layup, and it'll be a couple of free throws coming.
Well, again, at that time, I think Kobe was a little surprised on the play. Wasn't in good defensive position, then reached and allowed Curry to go right around him. Foul on Malone, reached and hit him right on the arm. There's no question about the foul. 2 shots coming to Michael Curry. He's not a guy that looks to shoot the ball either. He's more of a defensive player. But with this Raptor team, he may want to look to shoot as often as possible.
Never drafted by an NBA team out of Georgia Southern. In his 10th season, already 35 years of age, misses the second free throw after making the first, and the Lakers trail it 3-2.
Yeah, I'd like to see the Lakers really look to the other side and get Malone offense going early as well.
Malone goes into the low post, Shaq out on the wing. Malone still down on the low block, wants it against Jerome Williams, a good long defender. Malone steps in the lane, has that shot blocked, but he was fouled down in the paint. Jerome Williams runs out of the play, and Karl Malone will shoot a couple free throws.
Well, one thing about Jerome Williams, you talk, his nickname's the Junkyard Dog because he just flat gets after everything and everybody. Nothing comes easy when you're playing against Jerome.
Averaging 6 points and is the 5th best rebounder in the early going so far, Stu, at just under 12 rebounds per game. If you're wondering, Shaquille O'Neal is 3rd in the NBA right now at about 12.5.
One of those players that, not Karl Malone, but Jerome Williams, that will tell you that he's happy doing, the little things, the rebounding, playing defense. But deep down in his heart, he loves to score. Every player that plays the game, they love to score. They like to shoot. Just some don't get as many opportunities as others.
A very valuable component to this Toronto team. They signed him to a long-term contract a couple of seasons ago, and I think he'd be a superb player on a really good team, Stu. He's the kind of defensive player and rebounder that could put a really good team over the top.
Yeah, because he does all those things that you need to win. And, scoring is one thing. You obviously have to outscore the opponent, but to do that, you got to stop them as well.
Michael Curry throws up a brick. You can see why he doesn't shoot too often. Get forced into that role with so little scoring out of everybody other than Carter. There's Devin George. That's a miss. And Williams takes the rebound. Palazzo quickly out of the backcourt. Curry running right side. Nobody stops the ball, and he lays it up and in.
First rule of defense, stop the basketball. The more passes you can make a team make, obviously their chance of air goes up. But if you allow a guy just to dribble the length, no chance.
Shaq's got it way down indeed, lays it up and in, and we're tied at 5.
And Antonio Davis trying to run Shaquille. He let him score, so to speak, there. He had no chance to stop him there. Then raced down the floor trying to get an easy.
Vince Carter down in the low post, wants it. Curry didn't have the passing angle. Devin George chasing. He's trying to help out. Malone pops out to help as well. Carter holds it. Oh, nice ball fake. Frees himself. Pull up. 19-footer is good by Vince Carter.
And the nice thing about Vince, seemingly healthy, doesn't even have the brace on his legs. He was playing with braces quite a bit.
And Kobe, oh, wow. Heartbreak there. Rolled it right over the front of the rim with good elevation, and somehow it came out.
When he gets his legs completely under him, that will be a finger roll. That'll be an absolute tomahawk, because that's the kind of play where Kobe likes to get into traffic and really dunk on people.
Speaking of Vince Carter not wearing that brace, Stu, missed 39 games last year, eventually had left knee surgery, and a lot written and spoken about in this offseason. Really had to work hard to regain his strength, and off to a wonderful, wonderful start, the league's second leading scorer. Carter with it once again, going left side, head fake, steps inside. You can see all the gold jerseys coming out to help. Oh, bad pass. Kobe got bumped out of the play by Michael Curry, and Gary Payton comes down to help, and with 2 seconds on the shot clock.
What a hustle play.
It's going to be the Lakers' ball.
What a hustle play by Gary Payton. Michael Curry had him by 10, 15 feet, and Gary just accelerated, caught up, and then threw the ball off the leg of Michael Curry. But Kobe's the guy that got knocked out of bounds. He tipped it, and Michael Curry just shoved him right out of bounds.
Shaq down inside, misses the layup, offensive interference. That ball was hanging on the rim. I think it was coming out, Stu.
Yeah, again, though, most of the basketball is off the rim. If the ball was touching the rim, then I can see it, but it seemed like it was off the rim, and the majority of the ball was outside the cylinder.
Just underway here back at Staples Center for 3 home games in a row. Friday night, Detroit. Sunday, are the Miami Heat, who got their first win this evening. Rebound by Shaq off the Toronto miss. Raptors leading at 7-5. Payton pulls up and ties it from 16 feet.
I like it. I just like to see it when Gary's in control of the offense, as he was first night here at Staples against the Dallas Mavericks. He was in complete control.
Had 21 points on that night, 9 rebounds and 7 assists. Williams with it off on the perimeter, everything through Carter. Malone comes out to help, back to Williams. Kind of a set shot from 15 feet, and that's not close. We'll give you the offensive woeful numbers at Toronto when we have a moment. Devin George with it, missed his first shot off the left wing. Kobe working on Carter. Into the corner, Payton goes baseline. Payton, nice pass out to Malone, steps inside, gets in the lane, is fouled hard, and knocked to the floor by Curry.
Well, if the mailman didn't get to the line that time, I knew that I would have him go down there and say what's going on, because he did a great job of penetrating after the pass by Gary Payton. And Michael Curry with a hard foul. I don't even know if that was playing the ball. That was just a take foul. Those are the ones they sometimes call flagrant ones.
Third team foul against the Raptors, the first on Curry. Malone was 1 of 2, and boy, Karl Malone, he is really struggling from the free throw line, and not just because he shot that air ball, Stu. He'd been struggling for quite some time now.
But that one, that is not Karl at all. I mean, the guy has worked so hard to get his free throw percentage where it was, especially last year, 74%. And his teammates are going to really let him know about the first of those two. Shaq's grinning at him right now. Shaq says, "Laugh at me, will you?" I got you this time.
Karl is still trying to shake that one off. He's made 2 out of his first 4, and Carter has that one rim in and out. And Shaquille takes the rebound. We'll give him Malone's free throw numbers so far this season compared to his career. Devin George looks inside. Malone's got it back to the basket. Guarded by Williams. Drops the ball momentarily. It flies back to him. Still 10 on the shot clock. Skip pass. Good ball movement. Devin George sets his feet. Came up short on that three-pointer. Williams with a rebound. Quick snap pass to Palacio. Lakers try to get back defensively. You better find number 15. That's Vince Carter.
Yeah, because there's such thing as a green light, and then there's a super green. He's got the super green. He can shoot it anytime he chooses.
Shot clock did not reset. Curry, all kinds of time. Throws it up there. No. Malone easily with the rebound. Slow start to this game for both teams offensively. The Lakers lead it 8-7. Shaq is double teamed away from the ball. Somebody's got to be open. Malone looks inside. Shaq goes to get that ball that deflected off the backboard.
Well, turnovers again. Those are the things that have plagued the Lakers to start this season. Is Gary Payton with those quick hands comes up with the steal and misses the layup.
The rebound mistimed by Malone, comes back to Toronto. To Jerome Williams, passes it out away from Shaq to Antonio Davis, who buries or rattles home a 15-footer.
Well, Toronto finally gets a hoop after missing their previous 5 shots, and Phil Jackson, he just doesn't understand what's going on either, so he takes a timeout. We got 6:12 to go in the first, and it's a close game. The Raptors lead it 9-8. You're watching the Lakers on Fox Sports Net.
Airline of the NBA and your Los Angeles Lakers.
Bill McDonald back at Staples Center. 9-8 Raptors here halfway through quarter number 1. And talking to the Laker coaching staff beforehand, well, Stu was talking about it before, trying to get Karl Malone involved early. They had 3 words for the Lakers: own the paint, especially the 4 and 5 spot, the size, the bulk, the strength, a definite advantage. But also watch Williams and Davis on the board, as the fellas have been mentioning. They both average over 11 a game. Let's go back to Paul.
I was going to say, one thing to own the paint, but when you get in the paint and get fouled, you got to make some free throws. And Karl has started off only 2 for 4.
Shooting to 68% on the early going. Kobe throws up a left-handed jump hook, comes up empty. The Lakers just 3 of 10 to open this contest as Milt Palacio comes out of the backcourt, making his first start for Alvin Williams. Still not quite there after off-season ankle surgery. Carter with it, holding the ball in one hand. Goes inside against Devin George, forces one up, and it'll be free throws coming to Carter.
Well, they're going to get the foul on Devin George. They said he hit him on the arm, as Devin did a good job of forcing him right into Shaquille. And Shaquille stood there, kept his hands up, but Vince gets fouled by Devin George.
5:48 remaining here in the first period. The Lakers have won 3 straight games against the Toronto Raptors last year on December 22nd. Almost a very expensive game for me, Stu. The Lakers pulled that one out in overtime. That's a story gone by, 109-107, and then they won the return match.
Wait, it hasn't gone by yet. For those that don't know the story, you guaranteed that the Lakers would win that game, and if they didn't, you would spend Christmas in Toronto. Boy, I tell you, your knees were shaking.
You should have heard the phone call I had with my family when the game was over. What are you doing? So now I predict, I no longer guarantee. Out to Kobe, pull up, jump shot, 17-footer, no. Shaq had the offensive rebound. It goes to Williams.
And the poor shooting continues. Lakers, what now? 3 out of 11?
Yeah, very, very slow start from the perimeter. The Lakers nowhere near in sync at the offensive end. Williams backs down, loses his balance, throws one up, throws one in.
Well, he had the presence of mind to know that he was off balance and going to get called for the travel. So he shot the ball. As ugly as a shot as it may have been, it counts as 2.
Payton coming out of the backcourt as the crowd continues still to filter into Staples Center. Again, if you've arrived home, a terrible turnover. Entry pass is deflected from Kobe. It goes back to Carter, and here comes Palacio out of the backcourt. Palacio looking for somewhere to go, goes to Curry. Doesn't really not want to shoot it, and I'm not sure who he's passing the ball to. Out to midcourt, Palacio goes to get it. 10 on the shot clock.
Just, again, one of these games that seems like a preseason game.
Out to Davis against the shot clock. 3 on it, not even close.
That's why I was saying, make somebody other than Vince Carter be the shooter.
Toronto lost last night up in Portland, 83-80. Malone, step back, fall away, jump shot, no good, block out. Rebound taken by Palacio.
Well, the next Laker that makes a basket wins the prize.
Wow, 3 for 13 now, Stu. It is 13-8. The Raptors leading. Derek Fisher will be in on the next dead ball. 4:05 remaining in the first. Carter without a hand in his face. Boy, the Lakers dodge one that rimmed in and out. Here come the Lakers. Toronto back defensively. A pretty good looking pass. Devin George cutting back door. Vince Carter deflects it out of bounds.
And Derek Fisher checking in. The key is, who is he checking in for? He comes in for Kobe Bryant as with 3:58 to go in the first quarter.
Also coming in for the Toronto Raptors for the first time out of China in his 3rd season, Monk Botter. Played last year for San Antonio, and we knew we'd see him tonight at about 7 feet, 290 pounds. Also in is their fine rookie Chris Bosh out of Georgia Tech, just 19 years of age at 6'10" and 210 pounds.
And when you got young players in like that, you know they got those young legs, so you better make sure you keep him off the glass.
Out to Derek Fisher, long range jump shot, and just like that, the igniter Derek Fisher comes off the bench.
Well, I said next Laker that makes it wins the prize. I didn't think it would be Derek because I didn't think he'd be in the game, but good job, Derek, finally showing the team that there is a basket with a hole in it there.
George back on Carter. Carter 19 feet out. Straddling, steps into the corner. That's to Curry. And Curry, did he step out of bounds?
Yeah. And why would he be thinking about staying behind the three-point line? I mean, there was nobody on that side. Just stay on the floor. Get the ball. That three-point line, people think about it, or players think about it, in my mind, a little too much. They have got to know when to think about it and when to let it go.
But to your point, Stu, about how much Toronto is struggling with the offensive end, Michael Curry was an afterthought most of his career, particularly last year in Detroit. And now he's looking to take a lot of shots. Devin George misses another. And here comes Palacio again out of the backcourt. On the next dead ball, Lamont Murray, former Clipper, will be in for the Toronto Raptors.
Well, he's a guy that can shoot, so they better make sure they stay with him as well.
Chris Bosh trying to work against Malone. Nice step back. Air ball from about 18 feet. Just under 3 minutes to play in the first. Well, these teams need a break, Stu.
They need something.
Looking inside for Malone. Payton has got it. Shaq turns, wants to go on. Potter gets down the lane, throws it up and in. Nice move by Shaquille.
Oh, the big fella turned and faced up in a hurry. Nice quick first step and gets the basket and the foul. Shaquille showing that, yeah, I can play on the box, but put me at the wing and watch me go to work. And Monk, you better move your feet if you're going to stop me on Fox Sports Net.
Back here at Staples Center, the Lakers and Raptors tied at 13, and sitting courtside, Ashton Kutcher, one of America's luckiest men. Coming up after tonight's game, as always, it's a Southern California Sports Report. 30 minutes of nightly sports news, completely dedicated to the local teams throughout Southern California. For extended regional highlights and in-depth interviews, catch the Southern California Sports Report.
Well, the Raptors aren't scoring many points this year, but one thing that they have they've done a pretty good job of is picking up their defense. But, you know, I think honestly every team could say that is the shooting percentages around the league. are really bad. Last season they shot 46% or allowed the opponents to shoot 46%, which was last. And this year, holding them to 41. So that's a big improvement.
Lane violation on the free throw by Shaquille O'Neal. We've seen that already seemingly 20 times, Stu, and we're just in the 8th basketball game of the year.
Yeah, we have seen that quite a bit. And you would think that after knowing that the officials are looking for it, you'd back off of it just a bit.
Shaq, does he get a roll? No. Nice play by Brian Russell, out jumping the 7-footer Botter out of China.
No, there's just, if I'm the coach for Toronto, I'm all over Monk because there's no excuse for allowing a 6'6" guy to get that rebound.
Derek Fisher misses his second shot. Another offensive rebound by Russell. Horace Grant also on for the first time. Payton down the lane, misses that shot, but can he miss him unless he gets hammered, which he did. Basket does not count, but it was fun to watch.
Gary Payton made it all happen. He did miss the layup, Gary did, but that good dribble penetration, that always makes it harder on the bigs because they have to go over and make a play. That frees up Shaquille to clean it up around the hoop, and he gets hammered. Not the second shot was a hammer job as well, but going back to the charity stripe, see if he can knock down a free throw. He missed his only other attempt.
Shaq, free throw up in the air and good. So far on the year, Shaq is really struggling from the free throw line, particularly after he shot a career high 62 last year, Stu. He's just at 49% coming in.
Yeah, he's got a lot of company though. The Lakers as a team just not clicking really in any facet of the game yet. It's one thing to be missing one or two facets, but when you're missing them all, that's another story.
Well, another example as well tonight, Stu. We saw Kobe miss a finger roll layup and just saw Gary Payton miss another. Instead of a basket, they just get one free throw out of it. The Lakers lead it 14-13, 2:05 remaining. Going baseline, Chris Bosh steps back. Good help by Shaquille, and he has his first basket of the night. That's Chris Bosh out of Georgia Tech.
And that was nice recognition by Chris. He got shut off. He knew Shaquille was coming, but yet he still made the play. Nice entry pass from Derek Fisher. And Shaquille working over Monk.
Shaq now has 7 to lead the Lakers. Toronto is out of fouls. The Lakers just with 2 team fouls, but we're inside at 2 minutes to play. Here, little set shot there. Nice rebound by Shaquille.
I mean, he literally shot a set shot. He's taking the game back to the 1940s.
Horace Grant, straightaway jump shot, good as well.
He's too young to shoot a set shot. Now Horace, on the other hand, I wouldn't say anything if Horace shot if he shot a set shot. No, Horace is one of my main men. Good shot by Horace Grant to give the Lakers a 3-point advantage.
Well, I was going to say, Monk is part of that very famous Great Wall of China, and the wall is very old, so maybe he takes a little bit after the wall.
Well, they're getting Gary Payton on a holding foul here, and Vince Carter will be out of team fouls? No, they're not going out. That last pass, though, from Derek Fisher to Shaquille, talk about a direct connect. That's how you do it. The next tail, direct connect, led by Derek Fisher.
Both teams now out of fouls. That was the next will be the second foul in the last 2 minutes. Carter with it along the baseline. He's got a size advantage over Payton. Steps inside out to Lamont Murray, who's got a very pure stroke, and he buries his first jumper 0 for 6 last night in Portland.
Well, with guys like that, especially coming off the bench, you got to struggle to make them miss their first shot. Then they don't play with the same kind of fervor. But if you allow them to knock down their first 1 or 2, look out.
Missed a lot of games last year with a variety of injuries. Inside to Shaquille, wants to go to work on Botter, turns around, nice jump shot off the window. Nice play.
I'll tell you something, that was a quick elevation by Shaquille and picking the spot out and knocking it down.
Shaq has 9. Off the turnover, here comes Payton. Working on Bosh, protects the basketball, lays it up and in.
Gary asking the official, what about the hit on the top of the head? Aren't I allowed to get a 3-point play?
Just because I shaved my head and it's a glancing blow, I still should get a call.
Yeah, but when you don't have any hair up there, I know about it. There's no cushion. That hurts. Come on, ref. Give him a break.
Game clock, shot clock, just a couple of ticks apart. It's down to 5 seconds. Good double team. Carter is hit outside to Palacio. This is a 3-pointer, and that'll bring to the end a first quarter where both teams struggled, but the Lakers picked it up towards the end, thanks to Shaq.
Yeah, they did. Good job. Derek Fisher came in, ignited him right away, and Shaquille finished them off. They played one, and the Lakers have themselves a 4-point advantage. They lead it 22-18. You're watching Gary Payton and the rest of the Lakers on Fox Sports Net.
Back at Staples Center, Shaquille O'Neal with 9 first-quarter points helps to lead the Lakers over the Raptors 22-18. And speaking of scoring, Vince Carter healthy again, back in the lineup for the Raptors. And earlier we spoke to Phil Jackson about how he hopes to slow down the Raptors star.
We like to start out with a guy who's defending you playing him. So if he's guarded by, if he's guarding Devin George, it's very easy for Devin to follow him down court because they're together at the defensive end. That makes the most sense for a while, and we're going to have multiple people on him. I'm sure Kobe will gravitate over to him at some time because he's going to probably play small forward at some point during the game too.
Lamont Murray, long pull-up, jump shot, no, and now it is Gary Payton matched up against Vince Carter.
And he did a great job of denying Vince the ball on that trip down. They were looking to Vince, but Gary was shadowing him.
Look at Shaq cut down the lane. Goes to the floor. He was hit hard. Monk Botter knew it. Tried to help Shaquille. A good cut by Shaq O'Neal.
Well, Monk said, look, Coach, I thought you said he was really big and strong. You never said anything about the quickness. As Horace Grant gives it to Shaquille, and Shaquille coming down the key, and Monk Botter just way out of position. No question again about the foul. Shaquille going to the line. They're going to have to get some foot speed in the game to guard Shaquille. They may want to put a guard on the big fella. He's just too quick tonight.
Shaq 4 of 5 from the floor, but successful on just one of his 3 previous free throws. That one off the back iron. And we talk about Shaq's free throwing all the time, good, bad, and even ugly. But his stroke this year, Stu, has looked pretty good and pretty consistent. I'm surprised that the numbers aren't better.
Yeah, I'd rather see it look ugly and go in.
Yeah, exactly.
Than have it be improved looking and not go in.
Let's take a look now at the first quarter numbers brought to you by Corona.
Now he's going to take that free throw away from Shaquille as the Lakers are shooting a sizzling 39%, holding the Raptors to 37. Free throws, the Lakers have made 3, the Raptors have made 3, and Shaq's last make was disallowed because they said Shaquille stepped over the line.
Another lane violation. Bosh with it, long and lanky again, just 19 years of age, down the lane, loses his balance, throws one up, the ball's deflected. Derek Fisher goes in a crowd.
Well, you got Derek Fisher on the floor along with Gary Payton. Any loose ball seems like it's going to be in their hands.
What a nice play by Shaquille to get that offensive rebound. Can't score the putback, but the rebound was beautifully made.
I mean, he is really active tonight. I mean, not that he's not active other nights, but tonight he's really going to the offensive glass. He's got a few offensive rebounds, and we're early into the second quarter, and it's paid off because, one, he gets the opposition in team foul trouble, and 2, he gets opportunities at the free throw line. Hasn't been able to convert them yet at the line, but getting those opportunities nonetheless.
Shaq with a total of 7 rebounds to go along with his 9 points. As we mentioned, all of those coming in the first period. Shaq, free throw, up and good. Now just 2 for 6 from the line. The Lakers lead it 23-18.
I must comment again, though, on that lane violation for Shaquille where they say he steps over the lane or over the line too soon. That is weak. That is really a weak call.
Carter down into the corner. Alvin Williams on as well to start this period. Has been starting for them for the last couple of seasons, but had off-season ankle surgery and not nearly right. Bosh good spin along the baseline. Left-hander up and under. Illegal defense called against the Lakers, Stu, or 3 seconds in the lane.
Illegal defense for the Lakers, so it'll be a technical foul. If you're the coach of the Raptors, you look over there and you say, wasn't that kind of like simultaneous with the whistle? So go ahead and count the basket and wave it off.
Right.
So they're going to give Vince the free throw, which he converts. So instead of getting 2 points, they get an opportunity here to get more than 2. If they could score a basket, whether it be a 2 or 3, that'd be a nice possession for the Raptors.
Vince Carter now leading the way for the Raptors, now with 7 on the year, Stu. They average just 76 points per game, and Carter averages 26 of those.
Yeah, that shows you that they need some help in the scoring department. That's why I'm surprised they're not looking to go to Lamont Murray more.
Bosh is with it. They really like this kid. You can see why. Nice strip by Horace Grant. Shaq is down once again out of traffic. Here comes Fisher. With some space, he'll pull it back out. Russell on the wing. Grant down in the low post. Outside to Russell. Really been struggling with his jump shot. Horace Grant, can he make 2 in a row? No. Shaq there, but the rebound taken nicely by Davis.
Now, in transition, that's really when the Lakers as a team have to talk defensively. You can't just run down and get to your man. You got to talk and tell your teammates, I got yours, you take mine. You just can't go out there and go through the motions.
Lamont Murray, one dribble, left-handed, step back, and he knocks that down. He's got 5 quick points.
This is one of these games where nobody other than Vince averages more than 7 tonight. You watch. There'll be a lot of guys end up scoring over their average.
After that basket by Gary Payton, the Lakers lead it 25-21. 9:40 remaining in the first half. Lakers led it 22-18 after one. Murray with it, just as you said, Stu. They got to get some scoring from someplace else. He goes down the lane, hangs in the air. No, here comes Shaquille. Gives it up to Fisher in traffic. Fisher, strong as can be, down. Oh, nice pass back to Shaq. He'll try to lay it up. Finds the basket and the foul once again.
Tell you, Big Phil, I got to take it off for you tonight. You're running the floor. You're doing it all tonight. Offensive rebounding, leading the break as he got the rebound and pitched it to Derek Fisher. And Derek says, well, I'm in a crowd here. I better give it back to someone a little bit bigger that knows what to do around the hoop. That's Shaquille O'Neal. He definitely knows what to do around the hoop. Another three-point opportunity coming for Shaq. Only 2 out of 6 from the strike, though. He's got to start picking it up from that distance.
Mo Peterson on the floor, a starter all of last year, now coming off the bench. There's been a lot of trade rumors surrounding and swirling around Morris Peterson out of Michigan State. Averaged 13 points a game last year. Also in for the Lakers now is Kareem Rush, as Shaq completes the three-point play, 13 points.
Gary Payton goes to the bench for his first rest, as you mentioned, with Kareem Rush coming into the contest.
Lakers lead it 28-21. Williams backing down, being forced baseline. Good help by Horace Grant, trapped on the perimeter. Back to Williams, goes inside. Good help once again. Ball goes through the hands of Bosh. 5 on the shot clock. There's Davis, 15-footer baseline, comes up short. Is that the 10th rebound by Shaquille? No, make it 9.
Yeah, he's been very active in this ball game.
Derek Fisher inside to Horace Grant. Shaq at the free throw line. Comes over and sets a tight screen, rolls in the lane. Back to Fisher on the weave. Pull-up jump shot. Good by Derek Fisher.
You know, the Lakers go through stretches where they show you what they're capable of doing on a consistent basis, but the key word in that sentence was consistent. They haven't been that to start this season.
Foul away from the play as Lamont Murray was coming to meet the ball in the mid-post. He was held by Brian Russell, Stu.
Well, that's what you do to shooters. Don't let them get out of your reach. Hold them if you have to. Lakers leading at 30-21 on Fox Sports Net.
Corona Extra, miles away from ordinary.
8:39 remaining first half. Lakers up by 9. And on this rainy night, we want to remind everyone in just 2 days, a movie will take America by storm. Don't miss this movie that critics are calling masterful and exhilarating. It's Academy Award winner Russell Crowe delivering a dominating performance in Fox's Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, this Friday only in theaters.
I know a few people from the far side of the world. I'm going to definitely go see that, see if they're in it.
Check out some old friends.
A lot of players in this league are from the far side of the world, I can tell you that.
And they go back and visit regularly. Lamont Murray with it. Kobe back in, playing defense against him, has the miss, and Derek Fisher playing very well again off the bench, comes out with it. Karl Malone also back in. Kareem Rush pull up, 19-foot jump shot, no. Horace Grant with a tip, and Mo Peterson takes the long rebound.
But those are the kind of shots you can get if you push the ball up the floor in a hurry. That was a good-looking shot that Kareem just didn't knock down.
Kareem Rush needs to start making some shots. His confidence, I think, has got to be very, very low right now. Nice move by Bosh. Takes it inside on Karl Malone and gets it to roll over the front of the rim.
Well, he got lucky there. He pulled the ball back off the dribble just in time because Karl was reaching to strip in and just missed. And as a result, he gets the deuce.
Kobe on the roll, the finger roll. He's fouled, hacked hard on the arm, so it'll be 2 free throws coming to Kobe Bryant.
Well, free throws is another area the Lakers aren't being too proficient in so far in this ball game. I'd say 42% is pretty poor. They're 5 out of 12. So Kobe going to the line for his second attempt. He missed his only attempt so far.
Kobe, an exception to the general rule of Lakers' poor free throw shooting, as he makes the first of 2 so far on the year. 84%er coming in.
You know, 84%, you know, and he's not happy with that.
Right.
Because he's a better free throw shooter than 84%.
Yeah, I think Kobe should be in the high 80s, Stu, consistently year in, year out with the touch he has. And also, he gets there a lot. The more you shoot him, the better you get.
Yeah, you can stay into a rhythm with it. You know, you get to the free throw line once every 3 games. It's kind of tough to have a high percentage.
Lamont Murray attacking inside the foul. That'll probably go on Kobe Bryant on the perimeter. 7:38 remaining. The Lakers leading it. Very low-scoring game so far, 32-21. to 23. First personal. That was on Kobe, his first.
Well, 9-point lead for the Lakers at 7:38 to play in the half. They need to really tighten it up defensively now. Go on like another 8-9-0 run and let this Raptor team know that this is a long road trip that you might as well pack this one in.
Alvin Williams, who's really been struggling offensively, misses that. Another nice rebound by Malone, his fourth. Kobe with it on the left wing. Grant down in the low post. Shaq on the sideline. Nice handoff. Is that a holding foul? No, it's ruled going off of Derek Fisher. So it'll be a turnover for the Lakers.
And that was close. That's the rule that they said they were going to emphasize this year, where you turn and pass at the same time. Karl turned and passed, got a little contact with the defender, and they said they were going to call that as a moving screen, but they let that one slide by.
Peterson with it. But where does the offense come from now? With Vince Carter on the sideline. Davis skip pass, almost threw it away. Derek mad at himself. He didn't intercept that
There's
pass.
where the offense comes from.
Yeah, hanging
right
on the perimeter. Don't leave him.
Yep, that's where the offense comes from. And they got Mo Pete in the game. I mean, he can light it up. He's got to get going.
I like Mo Pete as a player, Stu. He has just been struggling so far this season getting in the lineup. He's only averaging 6 points per game, as after what I mentioned, 14 points and about 5 rebounds last year.
Well, season's still early yet, but they've got a way to go to get back to those kind of numbers, as Karl Malone just got fouled. And he'll be back at the charity stripe, where he's only 50%, 2 out of 4, one of which, and everybody on the team will not let him forget, was an AB, air ball.
Couple of substitutions. Jerome Williams comes back on, along with Milt Palacio for Alvin Williams. The new head coach of the Toronto Raptors, succeeding Lenny Wilkins, is Kevin O'Neal in his first season. 12 years as a college head coach. Tennessee, Marquette most notably. Malone, second free throw, tends to really fall away from the line on that second free throw, Stu.
I mentioned that many moves ago, that the second free throw, he really is leaning backwards before the ball is actually released.
Palacio down the lane. Good play by Horace Grant. Fisher goes behind his back. Purple jersey in the back, got to watch out. Inadvertent foul by Palacio as he bumped Derek Fisher from behind.
Now, there's an example of what we showed at the top of the show, where the defense comes over and gives help when the perimeter players get beat. You can't just allow them to waltz to the basket and score easily. Horace Grant stepped over, got a good angle to block the shot without getting contact with the offensive player. That's what you do as a shot blocker. Get the angle so that you can get to the ball without getting to the body.
6:35 remaining in the half, and Toronto is out of fouls as Derek Fisher steps to the line to make the first of 2. Fisher so far at the line this year came in shooting 85%, 11 of 13, and just improved upon that. Fisher now with 6 points. He's played 9 minutes, make it 7 off the bench.
Well, aside from Shaquille, Derek Fisher becomes the second leading scorer for the Lakers, followed by Gary Payton with 6.
We talked about him before the game, Stu. He's had to be very aggressive with that second unit offensively. Murray a step back away from Kobe. That one glances off the front of the iron, and here comes Fisher. Kicks ahead to Kareem Rush. Malone running the floor. Oh, Horace Grant had it deep down inside. They didn't go to him. Malone catches it on his hip. Can he get that to fall? No. Nice rebound in traffic by Williams. Palacio quickly out of the backcourt. You know Vince Carter will be coming back in. Poor transition defense. Mo Peterson on the layup at the other end.
The first step from offense to defense is the key. If you hesitate in that first step in transition, you're generally going to be out of position. You got to really be alert about making that early transition from offense to defense.
36-28, the Lakers lead it. Fisher comes behind the screen, gets away from Palacio. Sandwich still throws up that jump shot. Rebound taken by Davis. Toronto. Peterson's got it on the perimeter, just had that layup from the other side. Looking for Murray. There he is on the curl, working against Kareem Rush. Good stop there by Rush. Backdoor. Oh, beautiful play. Reverse layup. Nice. Close. Malone is knocked to the floor. That's going to be a foul, and free throw time coming to the mailman.
More free throws coming to a team that is only shooting 11 out of 18 from that stripe. I don't think they want them, but they'll take them. They lead it 36-28 on Fox Sports Net.
With the Lakers leading the Raptors 36-28, we want to remind you that our next Lakers telecast on Fox Sports Net will be this coming Friday as the Lakers take on the Detroit Pistons. Coverage begins at 7 p.m. with Lakers Live. The Pistons had a 5-game winning streak going into Sacramento, where they lost last night. They're currently in a pretty tough battle as we speak up at Golden State. That one Friday. Join us at 7 o'clock for Lakers coverage beginning with Lakers Live. Paul Sunderland back here at Staples Center. on a very rainy and stormy night as Devin George comes back on and Karl Malone returns to the free throw line.
Shaq and Kobe had a nice little joke between the two of them. Shaq trying to suppress that basket as the mailman misses yet another free throw. This is very unusual.
Karl Malone, after coming into the NBA as a very, very poor free throw shooter, he was in the mid-50s as a rookie, steadily improved. His career number is now at 74% as he makes the second of two. Came in shooting 68%, Stu, and so far on the night, Karl is 5 for 8 from the line, but those are all 5 of his points yet to score a field goal.
He needs to get a field goal. He really needs a field goal. The Lakers have made 12 out of 20 from the charity stripe.
Jerome Williams easily around Malone, lays it up and in as Vince Carter, I thought he would, Stu. He's back in the basketball game. The Lakers lead is just, and I do mean just, 37-30.
And to end the quarter, the Lakers come back with their starters, so let's see if they can improve on this lead.
Kobe in traffic, has that ball stripped away, throws one up, throws one in, and is fouled. Funky looking play.
Yeah, but he can come out of plays looking awfully good sometimes as he got bumped, but presence of mind to continue to concentrate on the target. I think he was trying to get the ball inside. It was knocked free, and he went after it. Got fouled. 3-point opportunity coming with 4:56 to go in the half. Lakers up by 9, trying to go up by 10.
Second personal foul on Morris Peterson. 3-point play completed by Kobe Bryant. He now has 7. 2 of 5 so far from the floor. Kobe averaging 22.3 points per game. He and Shaq are tied for 9th in the NBA in scoring. Palacio with it on the perimeter. Carter back to the basket, guarded by George. We heard Phil Jackson talk about that matchup. Devin trying to stay in front of him. Malone comes over to help. Did he travel? No. Gets in the lane, lays it up and in.
And there's another example, though. Once he picked up the ball off the dribble, nobody really closed off the gap, and he was able to just shoot a little scoop shot.
Payton away from Palacio. The floater came up well short. Pulled the string on that one as soon as it left his hand. Williams with the rebound. 4:18 remaining in the half. The Lakers lead is 8.
Well, you know, those little baby jump shots can be difficult, and the reason he had to pull up, or the reason he pulled up, was he got to that position, and Shaq and his man were standing there, and no room to operate.
Devin George fouls Vince Carter along the sideline.
That last basket that Carter had came to somewhat of a jump stop, and then a little scoop shot, easy shot for Vince. Got an easy deuce to cut the deficit from 10 to 8.
Isn't a jump stop supposed to be both feet simultaneously?
Well, it was semi.
Yeah, I was just checking. Just wanted a clarification. Peterson comes around to screen. Kobe on his hip, outside to Carter. Excellent 3-point shooter. No, Shaq another rebound, and that is his 10. Nice pass to Malone, running the floor, has it deflected, gathers himself, lays it up and in.
That's good hands that time because he was on his way. They knocked the ball out of his hands, but he gathered it back. He got the basket that he needed. That's his first hoop of the ball game, and with that hoop, the Lakers go back to that 10-point lead. And Lakers want to get out and run more, and they have to get out and run more. And the trigger man, usually Gary Payton. And you're watching Karl Malone on Fox Sports Net.
Van are all right in the studios of the SCSR right here at Staples Center. Back to the Lakers in a moment. But first, want to remind you, coming up, it's the Lakers halftime report presented by Jack in the Box, starring Jack Haley. We'll be breaking down the first half and let you know what to look for in the second half. Right now, back to Stu and Sunday.
Shaquille O'Neal having a big night so far with 13 first half points, leading the way. The Lakers on top by a score of 42-32. And some of the notables on hand, Don Rickles. A lifetime of laughs for that man, no question about it. And British R&B star Seal also on hand. Got a new album out, and the one and only Jack Nicholson. What's going on behind those glasses?
Scouting. I mean, scouting the game. That's why he knows so much about it.
Right. Vince Carter, the fall-away jump shot. And Vince Carter, you can tell he is healthy again in double figures now with 11. 3:20 remaining in the half. The Lakers on top only by 8. Back at the pinch post. Payton comes around the corner. Devin George has been shooting it so well, still looking for his first field goal on a foul away from the play, and that'll be free throws for the Lakers.
That'll send Gary Payton to the line for the first time. He and Devin George, the only starters that haven't visited that spot. So Gary will go there and see if he can improve on the team's 62% shooting from the stripe.
That was a second personal foul on Milt Palacio. Got the start tonight ahead of Alvin Williams. Not really ahead of him, but because of injury problems. Williams suffering from some holdover pain and discomfort from off-season ankle surgery in this the second half of a back-to-back. Toronto a loser up at Portland last night as Gary Payton makes both free throws, and the Lakers lead is 44-34.
Well, only 3 minutes left in the half. I mean, the Lakers have to really pick it up defensively. This is the area where it's going to make their offense that much simpler.
Good ball movement. Palacio gets down the lane. Shaq comes over to help. Still plenty of time on the shot clock. Carter doesn't need an invitation. Misses that one. Devin George by himself for the rebound. And here comes Payton on the run. Payton looking for cutters out to Malone. 17-footer off the back iron. Good rebound by Carter, but a loose ball foul. That's going to be the third on Palacio holding Kobe for the rebound.
Kobe had great position, and Milton understands that he's not going to out-leap Kobe. As Kobe goes up, he was being held, and the official was right on the spot. Makes the call, so Kobe will shoot 2 more.
Palacio picks up 2 quick personal fouls in about the last 40 seconds, and he has to go to the sideline. Coming in for him will be Alvin Williams. Kobe on the free throw has that one. And want to remind you, coming up at halftime, we'll send you to the Southern California Sports Report studio for the Jack in the Box halftime report with Van Earl Wright and Jack Haley. Kobe. Poised. The second free throw also needs a bounce, and he gets it. Kobe so far on the night with 9 points, 5 for 6 from the line.
He's normally a guy that doesn't touch the rim when he shoots free throws, and that one hit the rim a couple of times, as did the first one. So not yet into that groove that he likes to be in. But again, not quite 100% yet. So it's early in a marathon season, only game number 8 of 82 regular season contests.
Third personal foul against Devin George, and the only game that he struggled on the most recent road trip was at San Antonio when he fouled out. The rest of the time he played and shot the ball superbly. He'll go to the sideline, replaced by Brian Russell.
Well, there are going to be some nights where you're going to have to sacrifice your offense because of the guy you're guarding. You're going to really have to spend most of your energy on the defensive end.
No question about that call. Brian Russell's arguing, but if he gets a chance to look at the tape, he'll see that he pushed him with that right arm as Carter tried to go baseline, and now the Lakers are out of fouls. So it'll be free throw now for Vince Carter.
I'm just surprised there aren't more free throws given to players because of the no hand checking rule. You know, Toronto looking to shoot their second and third free throws of the quarter, where the Lakers have been to the free throw line in this quarter. In this quarter alone, 17 times. Just what I love to watch a free throw shooting contest. I just love that. Lakers are 17 out of 25 late, and the Raptors 5 out of 6. Vince to make it 6. Oh, he missed. Don't fall away, Vince.
That's right. Everybody's just sort of wanted to backpedal out of there and get back to play defense. You got to make the free throw first. 2:20 remaining in the half. The Lakers on top by 11 inside to Shaquille. Monk, Botter back in. Shaq is working on him. Oh boy, Shaq lost his balance, was looking to draw the foul and threw up an awkward-looking hook shot. Quickly into the front court to Peterson. A good shooter from perimeter, isn't he, though, as he buries that 3.
The Lakers had a chance to really widen that gap, obviously, and now it's back to single digits. The 8-point advantage is under 2 minutes left to play in the half.
Shaq's got it, looking for cutters, squares up, gets deep inside. Nice-looking bank shot. Shaq showing some good rhythm. You wouldn't know it by the jump hook before, the running hook, but this one nicely made in the foul.
Well, again, he catches it in the post and faces up. When a player faces up in the post before he commits his dribble, defensively, you are in trouble. Shaq off the glass, gets the basket, has a 3-point opportunity to stretch it to an 11-point advantage.
Third personal foul on Botter. Joining Milt Palacio with 3 personal fouls. Shaq completes the 3-point play. 1:47 remaining, and the Lakers lead is 49-38.
If I was guarding Vince, I'd tell the guy guarding the ball, I'm only forcing him out one side. And then my defender on the ball would force the ball the other side. Really take their offense out of sync.
Good ball movement by Toronto, and it's paid off by another shot from downtown by Peterson.
Well, they've got 2 shooters on the floor, and those are the guys so far are getting open.
Peterson's got 8 quick points. Kobe's got it, looking for a cutter. Nice play into Payton, who misses the layup. Batir came over to challenge that.
How many layup systems have the Lakers missed? Not only this season, but in this game.
Well, I got at least 3, Stu, and maybe one more on top of that. 1:05 remaining in the half. Payton reaches in, is called for the foul, and it'll be free throws coming to Alvin Williams. Williams averaged 13 points, 5 assists last year in his 7th season out of Villanova. 2nd round pick by the Blazers initially, and has really found a home in Toronto.
You know, as a team, you like to get into some sort of a rhythm. On both ends of the court, really. The Lakers have not been able to get into a rhythm this season.
Why is that, Stu?
I just don't, because they're not in sync defensively. Now they're struggling. If you're not in sync defensively, you're generally going to struggle on the offensive end because you're always working against 5-on-5. If your defense is clicking, you're getting a lot of opportunity shots, you're getting out in transition, everyone starts to feel good about themselves, and you get the rhythm going a little easier.
The Lakers lead once at 11 is now down to 6, 49-43. Inside to Shaquille. Spotter had no idea where Shaq is, and it's hard not to know where Shaquille is.
Yeah, that's just what I was going to say. I can turn my back and look the other direction, and I'll know where the big fella is. He's in his office in the paint. You don't have to look far for his office. It's right there in the painted area of the court as Malone gives Shaq the jump pass, and actually Monk thought that Malone was going to shoot it, so he started looking up for a rebound, and all of a sudden he said, "Where's the ball?"
Shaq, after making a couple of free throws in a row, misses that one. Jerome Moiso, formerly out of UCLA, comes on the floor, and Monk Batir goes to the sideline. 4 personal fouls, Doug.
I hope they play zone. I really do, because they are not going to have him try to guard Shaquille, that's for sure.
Another lane violation. This is getting old too, Stu.
Yeah, Jerome Moiso's, 230 pounds? You don't want to give up 100 pounds. No way.
Oops. Free throw is missed again by Shaquille. Moiso takes the rebound, so Shaq misses both. 49-43. Shaq in the first half, 16 points, 10 rebounds, but a forgettable 4 for 10 from the free throw line.
9 of those rebounds, didn't they come in the first quarter?
Yes. Carter with it, working against Russell. Steps back, 18-footer, no. Long rebound. Nice hustle by Vince Carter, deflecting it. Brian Russell almost had that ball taken away.
About 30 seconds to play. Let's see if the Lakers try that. I don't think they should try 2 for 1 because there's just not enough time after they got it across midcourt.
Lakers so far shooting just under 40% on the half. Lob inside. You called it, Stu. What are they going to do? Shaq missed a little chippy, as he calls it, but Moiso and Chris Bosh dropped the ball out of bounds, so the Lakers will have it with 17.3 seconds remaining in the half.
Well, you can add both of those players together, and they're going to have a hard time guarding Shaquille that close to the basket. Shaq just missed that chippy.
Bosh listed at 6'10", 210. Payton has it right side.
6'10", 210?
210. Payton down the lane, finds Shaquille. Look out! He parted the purple sea.
Let me tell you something. They were trying to take the foul. They took it, but they didn't take it good enough because the big fella with that power, continuation, he gets a dunk out of that as he gets the pass from Gary Payton and hammers it home. Stretches back to an 8-point lead. The big fella trying to make it another 3-point play.
That was the first personal foul on Alvin Williams. This is that. Brian Russell, you had some time. Turnaround jump shot. Take all the time you need, Brian.
I don't mind that shot after an offensive rebound like that. There's only 3 seconds left. I thought it was a good play by B. Russell. Good job of closing the half by the Lakers. They lead it by 2.
And a little bit of a flourish and a lot of work by Shaquille O'Neal. 18 points, 10 rebounds. The Lakers on top, 53-43 at the break. Now let's turn it over to Van Earl Wright and Jack Hiley for the Jack in the Box halftime report.
Halftime report presented by Jack in the Box, along with Jack Haley. I'm Van Earl Wright. How'd you like the way the Lakers finished the first half?
You never want to play to the level of your competition, Van Earl, and the Lakers did that. The Eastern Conference is upon us, but the good news, advantage Shaquille O'Neal. He dominated the first half. Look for him to do that in the second.
I believe so. When we come back, Jack will break down the first half. Tell you what the big key to the Lakers' success was. Right now, they lead it by 10, 53-43. You're watching Fox Sports Net. Welcome back to the Lakers halftime report presented by Jack in the Box, starring Jack in the Box. Points in the paint, 24-12 in the Lakers' favor. That's because Shaquille O'Neal is dominating, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, the Lakers did have 7 points in transition, but because they're playing an Eastern Conference team, they knew going into tonight's game it was going to be a half-court affair, and they came in with that game plan, really wanted to execute within the triangle offense, and have done a nice job getting the ball to Shaq. That was in the post. Here he is at the pinch post, again, out of the triangle, on the weak side, getting to the basket, and in this one we haven't seen in a long time. Look at Derek Fisher with the lob. Now, what does that say to me? The timing is coming back. The Lakers are doing a nice job getting the ball into Shaq within the triangle offense. That's what Phil Jackson is going to stress in the second half. Execution, move the basketball. He really wants the Lakers to shore up that half-court offense because, let's face it, we know they can run. But against Eastern Conference teams, that's what they've got to do. So get the ball to Shaq and play off him. That will be the theme in the second half.
And he loves that, Shaquille does.
He's got 18 and 10.
Absolutely. We'll continue with more halftime activities right after this. The Lakers lead it by 10 points at the break. Don't forget to join us after the game for the Southern California Sports Report. Laker highlights, interviews, and analysis, and a report on Trojan football. You've been watching the Lakers halftime report presented by Jack in the Box. The second half is next with Sunday and Stu.
Welcome back once again to Staples Center, home of the Los Angeles Lakers, and you're watching Lakers basketball on Fox Sports Net. At the half, meeting between the Lakers and Toronto Raptors, the Lakers on top by a score of 53-43. As Stu, we look at the Jack in the Box halftime stats.
They're ugly. I mean, they're not pretty at all. The Lakers
right.
shot a whopping 42%. Toronto, 39%. One thing Toronto did do pretty effectively was knock down three-point shots, 50% from that distance. Lakers only took 2. They knocked down 50% as well. But the free throws have really taken the rhythm out of this game. The Lakers have shot 29 in the first half. That's way too many for a half. And the Raptors have only shot 9. One of the reasons the Raptors have only shot 9, their main weapon is just Vince Carter, although they have gotten some production from a couple of other people in the first half. But Vince is the guy that's carrying the load yet again. He ended the half making 12 points on 4 out of 10. Hasn't displayed his specialty yet, and that's that high fly act. The shot chart shows that he's made 4 and missed 6. And prefers the facing the basket on the left-hand side. So if you're a defender, you want to make sure you go the other direction. And I look for them to go the other direction in this second half.
Well, there's a look at what Vince Carter did. And for more on the first half, let's go down to Bill McDonald with assistant coach Jim Clemens.
All right, thanks, guys, with Jim Clemens. What'd you like about the first half?
Well, the fact that this team, I think they have us right where they want us. In the sense that they're a scrappy bunch. You go along, you think you got the game in hand. Next thing you know, you're only up 7, you're up 8. Couple of three-pointers, you're right back in the ball game.
But you did go downstairs like you said you were going to the 4 and 5 spot.
Well, we have to do that the second half. We can't get content with shooting jump shots. We got to keep punishing them on the inside.
All right, go get them.
All right.
Jim Clemens, let's go back upstairs.
I like the way he said, what about the first half did you like? In other words, he was saying nothing.
The same were your reaction to the numbers, Stu.
Well, the
exactly right.
Raptors have Carter with the 12 we spoke of, but Mo Pete and Lamar Murray chipped in with 8 apiece. So, do the math. That would come out to be 16 apiece for those at the end of the game. That would be a great pickup for them. And the Lakers led by Shaq's 18. Kobe has 9, and Gary Payton has 8. The only starter that didn't score was Devin George, and he came into this game on fire. Missed all 3 of his attempts, but he did draw the assignment of Vince, so he picked up 3 fouls, and that'll somehow take you out of your shooting.
Set the starting lineups for the second half. Same for both teams. It's Payton, George, Malone, Kobe Bryant, and Shaq O'Neal. For the Raptors, it's Palacio, Jerome Williams. Alvin Williams doesn't get the start because of those foot problems. Michael Curry. Here's Jerome Williams with it. Malone immediately with those good, strong hands causes the turnover.
Well, he did a face-up, but he didn't do his sweep through low enough. He did it high around the waist, and the mailman was able to get his hand on the ball.
Kobe in the corner, guarded by Carter. Antonio Davis, the other starter. Nice pass inside to Malone. Misses the layup. Contact there. Malone wants the foul. Not going to get it.
Well, I guess they are not going to give him those are the fouls that over his career he used to get regularly.
Carter with it. Top of the key above the three-point line. Now inside to Antonio Davis. Squares up on Shaq. That's the... Oh, nice play by Shaquille. gave him some room and then still came out and blocked his shot.
I'll tell you, the big fella has really been active tonight. That was a very good defensive play.
Malone, 18-footer, right through the bottom for the mailman.
And you see the rhythm that Karl had on that shot? It was like catch and shoot, not catch, hold, look around, looking for cutters, and he knocks it down. That forces a 20-second timeout by the Raptors. A 20-second timeout. The Lakers leading it 55-43. You're watching the Lakers on Fox Sports Net.
Lakers now leading it by 12, just underway here in the second half. Thanks so much for joining us. Paul Bunklin with Stu Lance. Bill McDonald on the sideline. Palacio with it. Payton giving him a little bit of room. The screen comes from Davis. Palacio working right to left around it. Outside to Williams. Doesn't want to shoot it from there. Neither does Curry. Malone's got another steal. Should be a layup. Payton ahead of the pack. Fends off. Vince Carter lays it up and in. Nice play by Malone.
I tell you, Malone has got some very good hands. I mean, you get careless with the basketball around him and you're going to lose.
Payton now in double figures with 10. He's also got 4 assists. Outside to Carter. You got to get a hand up. Instead, that comes up short. Nice rebound by Payton. Lakers looking to run. Payton up the right side. Now moves left. Kicks it outside to Shaq. Shaq now to Kobe. Matched up against Michael Curry. A good defender, but Kobe's way too quick.
You can put a real good defender on Kobe and you got problems.
Devin George down the lane. Give the assist to Karl Malone in the first basket for Devin George.
And the first couple of minutes of this quarter, the Lakers getting it done on both ends. Consistency, though. Can they keep this up for the balance of the half?
Carter, forced baseline. Shaq comes over to help out to Davis, but he's above the three-point line. Here comes Palacio on the curl. Carter, I think he wanted to pass that and then was forced to shoot it. He was looking for Davis on the screen and roll.
Let me say this. I hope he was looking to pass first. If that was a shot, that's a terrible shot.
Payton down inside. Oh, you should have shot that, Gary. Instead, passes it off to Kobe, so the foul will go against the Raptors.
With GP trying to make things happen, directing the ship, getting a dribble penetration, gets fouled. And no shot attempt, as you mentioned, so it'll just be out of bounds for the Lakers. They're looking to go up by 18 here with the basket.
First foul on Carter. That ball deflected away by the same Vince Carter. Played 53 games last year. Eventually had knee surgery. Averaged 20.8 points per game before he had to sit out what was the remainder of the season. And has been working hard and rehabbing all off season. Shaq, quick turnaround jump shot. Nice play in the pass in the lane by Payton.
This is as quick as Shaquille has been in quite a while. I mean, he is really showing it in every facet. Offense, defense, reaction times.
Well, I remember the 50 minutes he played in the double overtime in San Antonio as Vince Carter throws one in off glass at the other end. He was running the floor in minute 1, and he was running the floor just the same in minute number 50.
It helps to be semi-healthy, and I say semi-healthy because he won't admit it, but he still has a little bit of pain in that heel, but he's coming out and playing very effectively.
Shaq with it at the pinch post. Kobe wants it in the low post. Shaq comes over to set a screen. Kobe finding space. Pass inside to Shaquille, and he carves out some room of his own. Give the assist to Kobe. Very, very good start for the Lakers here in the third period.
You talk about a good two-man game. Screened twice by Shaquille and Kobe with the assist.
Shaq now with 22. Palacio with it. Here comes Carter. And Palacio moved his pivot foot. Give the turnover to the Toronto Raptors. They're 7.
And you know what? Give some of the credit for that turnover to Devin because he had attached himself to Vince, and that's where Milton wanted to go, but he wasn't available when he was ready to pass it. He drove his pivot foot.
Lakers have outscored the Raptors 10-2 here. Can they add to that? Yo, boy. The little handoff. Give Malone the assist. Gary Payton. Oh, boy. They need a full timeout in the 20s, too.
Back to back.
Take them.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And Kevin O'Neal says the same thing. And the crowd thinks, well, this is the Laker team that we came to see. 8 minutes and 9 seconds to go in the third, and the Lakers have opened up a 20-point advantage on Fox Sports Net.
The Lakers have extended their lead over the Raptors now to 20, 65-45. Another big Saturday of college football. Presented by Kia. Osero returns to Fox Sports Net Saturday when Heisman hopeful B.J. Simmons leads Texas Tech against the 7th-ranked Texas Longhorns in a Big 12 showdown. And then at 4:30 p.m. Pacific, Kellen Winslow has an exclusive interview with his son about the comments he made last week in the Miami locker room right here on Fox Sports Net. Wow. That's interesting, Stu.
Yeah, that's got to be close to a first. Have a father interviewing his son. That's interesting. Check that one out.
Michael Curry to inbound. Palacio with it. Payton guarding him. 8:05 remaining in the third. The Lakers have doubled up on their 10-point lead. Double teamed is Carter. Gives to Palacio along the baseline. Curry, and he's butchered down inside. That foul is either on Devin or Shaq, and I think they're going to give it to Shaquille O'Neal.
Well, that's only Shaquille's first foul, so Devin was trying to take the foul. He put his arm up as if, I'll take it for you, big fella. Devin, don't you know you got 3? Don't you want to play? Give it to the big fella.
That was just by habit. Free throw up and good by Curry.
You know, when the Lakers double-teamed Vince Carter, they had him trapped. That's when the other 3 players just forget your man to a degree and start roaming, looking where he can pass the ball, because they had him in such a trap he couldn't even see it, basically. That's why he threw it behind his back.
Payton out of the backcourt, comes to Devin. George. Kobe clears to the corner. Shaq up at the high post, setting the screen for Devin. Malone on the weak side. Inside to George, turns and faces on Curry. Here comes Shaq. He wants it against Davis. 8 on the shot clock. Devin, 1 dribble, step back, 18-footer. No, his jump shot's been off all night long.
Well, the problem with the step back, he literally stepped back and good penetration.
Palacio all the way to the rim, couldn't get a finish, and now here come the Lakers. Devin George has to get back.
You got to dribble with the basketball. Good speed, Dev, but the ball didn't go with you.
That's an important piece of equipment to leave behind.
You know, I was talking about stepping back on Devin's last shot. The problem with stepping directly back is your weight transfers to your heels and you're off balance. You never want to step directly back. You step to the side and create the space.
Here's Carter. He steps back, but very comfortable at that, and hits a fall-away three-pointer. Vince Carter now with 17.
Well, since the timeout, the Raptors have gone on a 5-0 run, cut to 20-15, so Lakers got to establish that momentum again.
Kobe attacking the basket, lays it up, but not in. He's missed a couple of layups tonight. Better get back. Palacio wants to run. Outside to Carter. One dribble. Who's he going to? He was fouled on the pass off. And raise your hand now, Devin, because you just picked up number 4.
Yeah. Just keep walking, Dev. Bench, there's a seat right over there waiting for you. That'll happen on certain nights, Dev, especially when you draw the assignment of guarding a guy like Vince Carter, who is a talented offensive player and has the green light to do it whenever he wants.
Curry to inbound, 17 on the shot clock, 6:37 remaining in the third. Palacio into the corner, now to Curry. Chris Bosh, again the fine rookie out of Georgia Tech, scored a couple of hoops in the first half. Steps inside around Malone, lays it up and in from a tough angle.
Nice reaction, though, by Chris Bosh. Karl again tried to strip him. Once he got it past his waist, he was there.
Bosh now has half a dozen, a couple of ball fakes by Russell, comes up short. Nice rebound by Palacio in traffic. Here comes Palacio. Curry running the floor, and the Lakers late getting back defensively, and the Lakers lead was 20. It's down to 11.
9-0 run since the timeout. So the Lakers they haven't been able to do things consistently.
Russell with it. Now Kobe looking for Shaq. Lakers will reverse the ball. Pinch post, handoff, back to Malone. 17-footer, fall-away jump shot off the back iron. Long rebound comes to Payton. Why not? Wide open. Also off the back of the rim. And here comes Toronto once again. Palacio flares to the right side. Nobody picks him up. Nice pass to Davis. Outside to Carter. And oh boy, the Lakers dodged one. He could have cut it to 8 as he misses the 3.
That would have forced, in my mind, Field to call a timeout. Field being Phil Jackson.
Carter on the curl, out to Palacio. Palacio looks very hesitant to shoot. Picked up on the switch by Russell. 10 on the shot clock. Around the screen. Pull up jump shot. No. Kobe takes the rebound. Payton quickly to Malone. Malone was open momentarily. Out to Kobe. Looks at a 3. And he's got it.
Well, Karl passed up about a 16-footer. When he caught that ball, his man was 4 feet away from him, and he didn't look at the basket. But he gives the ball to Kobe, and Kobe knocks down a 3.
Well, you and I have talked a lot about Karl Malone since he's joined the Lakers, and he's been doing so many things for this team, but maybe passing to a fault, and maybe passing to the point where he's taking away, certainly from his own offensive rhythm.
Well, there's no question about that, and that was to be expected a little bit, to take away from his own offensive rhythm, because he was going to make sure that he was able to let people know, yes, 4 stars can share the basketball, but you really have to know when you have an opportunity, and a good opportunity, to take the shot yourself. He understands that. He's just feeling his way along at this point.
Carter, head and shoulder fake. Very difficult shot. Comes up empty. The long rebound comes to Payton. Payton pushing it. Nobody stops him. Gary Payton down the lane. Has the shot blocked but stays after it. Should be Lakers ball and is ruled off. Antonio Davis, number 33 in the purple.
Just the look that Gary can give you is worth the price of admission. I mean, I would pay just to see the expressions that he puts on his face. Phil Jackson says, let's talk this over. We still got a lot of time on the shot clock. 18 seconds. Let's see what we can do about getting some production. The Lakers leading it 68-54 on Fox Sports Net.
Like Jack Daniels. Back here at Staples Center, Paul Sunderland with Stu Lance. The Lakers leading it by 14. The lead was as big as 20, 4:35 remaining. Kobe down the lane, floats one up, misses that off the back iron. Monk Botter comes back in. He's carrying 4 personal fouls with him.
And the smart money says he won't last a quarter. He's got 4 minutes to pick up 2.
Alvin Williams also back in. Chris Bosh, who's had some success. Half dozen points. Malone pokes that ball away, but is called for the foul.
One thing, the message that Karl sends the players, if you expose it, I'm going to be after it. So that goes into the back of the minds of the offensive player, and they get concerned about it. If he can make you change your delivery at all, he wins defensively.
First personal foul on Malone. It's the 4th team foul against the Lakers. Made that the 2nd on the mailman. Thank you, Doug. Botter has it inbounds out to Alvin Williams. Played very well all last season for a shorthanded Raptors team. Paid the price, though. Had to have off-season surgery on his ankle and still recovering. Carter steps back, long 2-pointer. No, Malone has got another rebound. That's number 7. Payton with it. Kobe stutter step, loses Carter. Outside to Payton. Can he make a 3? Oh, boy, that was deep, Stu.
Yeah, and he needed that one.
Gary's been struggling with his shot from outside. Only had 6 points to go along with 2 rebounds and 4 assists in the 105-95 loss at Memphis. Bad pass. Turnover.
You know what made that a bad pass? As he came off the screen, Gary Payton stepped out. He wasn't even involved in the screen, but jumped out into a lane, and that was the lane Vince wanted to make. So he had to change that lane because he had it in one hand and committed to the pass and couldn't pull it back. The Lakers started out 6 out of 7 from the field in this quarter. Since that time, 1 for 9.
A little pinball there as the ball bounces out to Vince Carter. To exactly your point, Stu. Where's the consistency? None so far in the early season as Michael Curry steps out of bounds for the 2nd time.
Don't understand it. You know where the lines are, especially when you're by yourself.
Kevin O'Neal's wondering the same thing. Michael Curry has been a defensive specialist. That's what's made him stick around in the NBA for 10 years. I don't know why he's spotting up.
He says, I'm a defensive specialist, but like Stu said earlier, I like to score too. Maybe I'm not a great shooter, but I like to shoot every once in a while.
Well, you got to be a threat. Jack has got it. Going up against Batter, throws it off the backboard and picks up another personal foul.
Well, I told you, money was, he had 4, you said, with 4:05 or 4 something. He went a whole minute without picking up the 5th, so Shaq facing up, taking him off the dribble. Nice elevation, gets fouled. Shaq wanted that 3-point play awfully bad, but he'll have to settle for making 2 free throws.
Botter has picked up those 5 personal fouls in 7 minutes of action. Shaq off the back iron.
That means Shaq now is 4 for 12 from the charity stripe. He's 9 for 12 from the field. It's going to be very difficult for him to get to the 50% mark this season because he gets to the line a lot. You have to convert him.
They're digging himself a hole, Stu, here at the beginning of this season. He was only shooting 49% coming in, and tonight certainly will cut into that percentage, which was not good in the first place. That foul is on Gary Payton as Vince Carter was trying to take the ball inside. The Lakers are out of fouls and have been so for the last couple of minutes.
There's the point, an example of the point I was making a few games ago, where if you're not going to allow defenders to touch an offensive player at all, then really clean up the offensive player's dribbling so that it's an even battle here. As Gary was guarding Vince, just a little touch with that left hand. Not much at all, but the hand check nonetheless what they call it.
Both free throws good for Carter. He significantly leads the way offensively. Carter's got 19. The next leading scorer is Mo Peterson with 8, and we haven't seen him. Karl Malone down the lane, count the basket on the runner moving left to right, and the foul goes against Toronto.
Yeah, came up a little gimpy on that play too, and almost like he pulled a hamstring or something, but did a good job of getting the basket to go. He'll have a 3-point opportunity. The Lakers go back up by 15 points as Malone really looking to attack, and that's something that he's been doing for 18 seasons.
That foul was on rookie Chris Bosh. Malone, the free throw. Does he get a bounce? He does indeed. He's now 6 for 9 from the line. He's got a total of 12 to go along with 7 rebounds and a pair of assists. Lakers lead is back up to 16. Again, it was 20 at one time early in this period.
Look at Gary Payton.
Battling with Vince Carter. You're not going to let him come over and set a screen. Good defense by the Lakers. Snap pass out to Payton. Here come the Lakers. Out to Fisher. A 19-footer. Off the back iron. Long rebound. Comes to Toronto. Up ahead of the pack is Vince Carter. Oh, he throws it down. That's good to see.
And that's what the Vince Carter fans came to see, too. I said in the first half he hasn't yet given anybody his specialty, and that's that high fly act, but he did on that play.
It's been 2 years since Vince Carter has really been able to elevate. Down inside, Shaq, pump fake. He's fouled. That one should go against Bosh. At least Botter hopes so.
Well, Vince Carter in the open court gets on that trampoline, and I mean, he just takes off and just hangs and hangs, and then finally throws it down. And Karl trying to get back on defense, trying to make it as difficult as possible. But the difficult shots for Vince are a lot harder than the one he just showed you.
Just inside of 2 minutes to play in the third period, and Shaq misses yet another free throw. He's just 5 for 14, Stu.
Well, Vince is averaging 26 points per contest. That puts him right behind the leader, Allen Iverson, who's averaging 30. Surprise, surprise. And Baron Davis of the Hornets averaging 26 himself in third position.
And let's not forget Donald Murray for the Seattle Supersonics out of Shaw College in North Carolina. What a great story early on in this season. Ray Allen's been injured, and he's just been playing great basketball. Shot missed by Carter. Here come the Lakers again. Payton, head on a swivel. Crossover dribble. Horace Grant now in for Malone. There's Fisher picked up by Carter.
That should be illegal deep. The junkyard dog was down in the lane.
He was in the house.
He was down in the lane, and he wasn't guarding anything but the paint.
So that'll be a technical foul against Toronto, and Derek Fisher will step to the free throw line. Fisher, percentage-wise, and well, what do you know? That's been the Lakers' story, or at least a big part of it so far on the evening. The Lakers do just 20 of 35 from the free throw line.
57%. That's disgusting.
Terrible. Going back to the last game, Stu, the Lakers were just 22 of 33, so that's some big numbers to add up. That ball deflected out of bounds. The Lakers will retain possession.
There's an example, too, though, of entry passes. When the ball's over your head, the defense knows there's only one place you can throw it, and they're ready for it a lot of times. You got to fake them down, then pass it over the top, or fake it up on the top and pass it down below, as Gary Payton has called for a traveling violation. May get a delay of game warning here if he's not careful.
8th turnover for the Lakers, a big improvement compared to the 23 on Monday night as Kobe looks on. Ice, a temporary anesthetic, if you will, for that still recovering right knee. Palacio comes around the screen. 13 on the shot clock. Williams doesn't want to shoot it, neither does Palacio, so where's Vince Carter? Palacio gets in the lane. Does he turn it over? No, there's Vince Carter. Pull-up jump shot, misses that. Good block out by Horace Grant, but nobody gets on Lamont Murray. Murray just in the game now for Toronto. Surprised he hadn't played more.
Yeah, especially when you're struggling scoring. You got a guy that can shoot like Lamont Murray. You've got to get him involved in the offense.
There is Murray, picked up now by Russell, 8 on the shot clock. Yeah, good play by Russell, and Murray was OC out of control.
Good anticipation by Brian Russell, and the off the dribble, Lamont Murray just doesn't guess correctly, I guess, as he runs right in and puts that right shoulder into the chest of Brian Russell. easiest call the officials have had this game.
Russell, a couple of dribbles, finds Horace Grant, sets his feet, looks good off the back iron. The Lakers have really turned cold. We got to get you some numbers on that. At one time, after starting out, what was it, Stu, 6 for 7?
6 out of their first 7, and since that time they've been really frigid. But again, they were getting those because their defense had picked up, and they were getting quick opportunity shots. They were getting layups.
Murray inside, puts the ball, pulls through, and scores a jump shot against Brian Russell.
Well, as a team member, I can't help you if you allow your guy to shoot jump shots. If you want team help, get up in him and make him put it on the floor so that he can get to where I can give you some assistance.
Shot clock is off. Payton down the lane. 4 seconds remaining. On a swivel. Nice little jump hook. Gets the roll. 1.9 remaining.
Well, the little head fake, the subtle head fake to the left is what got Gary free because Vince Carter was there waiting to try to block it. We played 3 quarters, and the Lakers lead the Toronto Raptors by 14, 74-60, despite Vince Carter's aerial attack on Fox Sports Net. Well, the game summary with the Lakers leading 74-60. Shaq, 18 of his 23 came in the first half, and Vince Carter's got 21 points, but he's taken 20 shots. And anytime your shot attempts equal your points, you haven't had a good game. And free throws, 20 out of 35 for the Lakers. Toronto's been good, 11 out of 13. Holy Gary,
wow.
Picked up just a few. Shaq's lost it.
Luke Walton comes in for the first time. I thought, and you mentioned it, Stu, played very, very well in 7 quick minutes in Memphis. Made a couple of 3-point shots. Kobe, fall away jump shot. Good right in the face of Lamont Murray.
Well, Kobe and Fish out with this unit will give them the stability they need on the offensive end. This is what they do defensively with their communications verbally.
Out there with Horace Grant and Kareem Rush. Palacios got it. A couple of dribbles left side out. Head fake. Murray goes baseline. Good help by Walton. Dangerous pass. Comes to Morris Peterson. He had 8 quickly in the first half. Fisher takes the rebound, but I think he's going to be called for pushing off on Jerome Williams.
D. Fish gets caught. The Lakers played good defense on that sequence, but just couldn't secure the defensive rebound.
First personal foul for Derek Fisher so far on the night. 7 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds.
That should be a 2-shot foul. That ball wasn't in play, was it?
That foul, is that going to go against Kareem Rush? Yeah, it'll be 2 shots. He was holding Morris Peterson away from the play. That foul was called on Luke Walton. Didn't even see him in the play, Stu.
Well, Luke's a rookie. He's the only rookie on the floor for the Lakers, so you know he's not going to get a break.
Peterson, free throw, needs a bounce and gets it.
Well, 86% shooting from the stripe by the Raptors, 12 out of 14. That's about the only area where they've excelled.
Next up for the Raptors, they're at Sacramento on Friday night, and as you know, the Lakers take on the Detroit Pistons, who were a 2-point loser this evening up at Golden State after having their 5-game winning streak snapped last night up at Sacramento. Kareem Rush on the dribble, dangerous pass. Fisher makes a good catch on that, out to Walton. Bosh now matched up on him, 2 rookies. Kobe backing down on Peterson, 4 on the shot clock. Kobe double clutches, throws it off the back iron. Bosh nicely takes the rebound.
That is a difficult shot to make.
Lamont Murray runs over Kobe and is called for the charging foul.
Kobe takes the charge, and he's talking to the official.
Yeah.
Nothing about that charge. He's talking about the offensive play on the other end where he felt he got pushed on the shot attempt that he didn't convert.
Lakers lead it 76-62. Their biggest lead, as we mentioned, was at 20. That was at 65-45. Walton with it. Kobe comes on the cut, wants it in the low post. Ball being reversed outside to Kareem Rush. Misses that. Still very cold is Kareem Rush. Bosh takes the rebound. Murray was ahead of the pack, but the rookie missed it. Quickly to Peterson. Made a couple of threes in the early going. Misses there. Rebound taken flat-footed by Horace Grant. Here come the Lakers.
That's the first shot Pete's had since that first half, I believe.
Well, I don't understand why he and Lamont Murray are not playing more, particularly since they're struggling so much. Oh, nice pass by Kobe. Attacking is Kareem Rush, and that foul's going to go against the Raptors.
Nice little drop pass by Kobe, just running the offense to perfection. That should make the staff happy to see that the triangle is being executed on that particular play.
Remind you who's on the floor for the Los Angeles Lakers. Luke Walton, Kobe Bryant, Horace Grant to go along with Kareem Rush and Derek Fisher. And for the Toronto Raptors, we'll have that for you momentarily, and as I say, the moment has come along. Chris Bosh, Lamont Murray, Antonio Davis, Milt Palacio, and OP, Morris Peterson.
You see, now Toronto should try to exploit the size advantage, and they're trying to right now, of Bosh.
Outside to Lamont Murray, goes to the floor. Oh, how late is that whistle? My goodness. 3 free throws.
That's a 3-shot foul. Kobe not happy about it at all, probably for 2 reasons. The late whistle obviously always upsets players. Wow, what did he do? From the angle that we had, it didn't seem like he did anything, but maybe if we had a different angle, maybe we hit him on the right elbow maybe.
Stu, let me ask you, have the NBA officials gotten a terrible habit of not only, but calling a lot of fouls after they see that the shot doesn't go? If that shot goes, they don't call that. I hope not as well, Stu, but we see it all the time.
Yeah, a lot of late whistles, but I hope that's not even entering their mind at all. I can see sometimes when they wait to see on a play where I dribble through the lane and just a little bit of contact, but it knocks me down and I travel a little bit, then they call that foul. But if there's no harm on it, they shouldn't let that go. But on a shot, if it's a foul, it's a foul.
Here's Walton, steps back, no. Nice rebound by Peterson. Palacio stopped momentarily. Murray now picked up by Walton just inside of 9:30 to play in this one. The Lakers have led throughout. Bad pass inside off on the pass off, however. Antonio Davis was fouled. The Lakers are out of fouls, Stu, for the rest of the period. 9:25.
Just what we like. Free throws. Gee, 37 attempts by the Lakers and already 18 attempts by Toronto.
Third personal foul on Kobe. Terrible pass by Palacio. Just gave it to Kobe. Rush on the right side, wide open. Had a jump shot outside to Fisher. Palacio closes out. Fisher a couple of dribbles, paddles in and out. The Lakers' cold shooting continues.
Well, I was hoping that the Lakers close this game out so that their starters wouldn't have to get any more minutes. But I do believe that the starters, Shaq, Malone, Payton, will be back on the court.
Palacio misses that one. A nice rebound by Walton. And if I'm Kevin O'Neal, I've been bringing Vince Carter back in. I mean, right away, because the Lakers are really struggling offensively. Inside to Kobe, nice backdoor cut. Walton finds him.
Well, I tell you, that's an area that Walton really will excel. The ability to hit the open man. He's got one of those minds that's just a step ahead. He knows where you should be, and he makes the play. Very smart young man.
Bosh gets all the way in, two-hand slam dunk. Nice play by the rookie. I like this guy.
Just as I said, very smart young man. Luke goes for a suicide steal. When you're on the post, in the post, and you go for a steal, ooh, if you don't get it, there's no time for your teammates to help you.
Especially when you don't have Shaq on the floor to guard the basket. Kobe in the lane, outside to Fisher, thought about it. 10 on the shot clock. Kareem Rush still working on the dribble. Horace Grant wants to come strong side, now comes to set a screen. Lakers got to go offensively. Horace knows it. High Archer didn't draw iron. The Lakers come up more than empty. They lead it still, however, by 13.
Not a pretty game by any stretch. There's been a couple of stretches in the game, though, that the Lakers put on a pretty good show, but their consistency is something that they're battling to get. As the foul was committed, stopped in the action, we've got yet another timeout. And there's still 7:42 to go in the fourth as Kobe goes back door and gets an easy deuce on Fox Sports Net.
Hey, Van, all right. Proud to remind you that right after this Lakers game, it's the Southern California Sports Report. Will take care of all of your Lakers post-game needs, highlights, interviews, and reaction. Michael Leaves and myself will be joined by Jack Haley to analyze and scrutinize, plus a report on the Trojans as they get ready for Arizona. That's right after the game.
Welcome back to Staples Center, fourth quarter. Lakers on top of the Raptors. And let's talk a little baseball as we welcome you back. One of the most dominant pitching years in the history of Major League Baseball. Authored by this gentleman right here, Eric Gagne of the Dodgers. And tomorrow, the Cy Young Award will be announced. You got a great shot at that. You deserve it. I'm telling you right now. How much does that mean to you if you're able to get it?
It means a lot, I think, just for the team, because they helped me so much all year. And I think it's been a great year last year, and hopefully this year we'll make it a playoff. It was a little disappointing we didn't make a playoff, but we had the team last year, we're going to have it this year.
All right, hanging out, watching a little basketball with his brother-in-law. You're a big hockey fan. You're coming tomorrow night to see the Leafs, Ty Domi, and you want your boy, Lappy, Ian LaPerriere, to get after him, don't you?
Yeah, I think he's going to take on him. I hope so. I'll see what he's got.
All the best. Congratulations on an unbelievable year.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right, Eric Gagne of the Dodgers. Back to you, Paul.
Kobe tries to spin one up and is fouled, and congratulations to Eric Gagne on a spectacular season, and best of luck to him tomorrow in that Cy Young selection as Kobe gets to the line to shoot a pair. 7:23 remaining. The Lakers lead at 80-67.
Kobe's last attempt were right there where he got fouled. There's another example of where his legs are not 100% yet. When his legs are 100%, that's a kind of a play where he just explodes and just elevates so fast. I mean, not that he didn't elevate that time, but not like he's accustomed to doing.
Kobe said before the season started, Stu, that it would be until December. People thought, well, wait a minute. He goes for 37 points and plays all those minutes at San Antonio. He's back. Not yet. 82 games, it takes a long time before you can handle the day in, day out wear and tear.
Yeah, the 37 points, that just shows you how good he is to be able to do that at 75 or 80%. I mean, scoring isn't going to be that difficult for a player as talented as number 8, Kobe Bryant.
Remember, we talked about that stretch at the beginning of the third period, Stu, where the Lakers stretched this out to a 20-point lead. They made 6 out of 7. Since that time, they have missed 15 out of 20.
Wow.
Yeah. Peterson at the line. As we mentioned, the Lakers out of fouls with over 9 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this one. Devin George returns. Been in foul trouble all night long, really not able to get into the flow as Kareem Rush goes to the sideline.
He ran out on the floor and he was looking around and says, no number 15, no Vince Carter. Yeah, maybe I can get something going now.
But explain to me how Vince Carter isn't in this game.
Well, again, Vince, I think they may be thinking about the long term with Vince, too, as far as the season goes. You know, 82 games is a lot of games, and when you're playing the minutes that he plays, coming off of surgery.
And it is back-to-back. Peterson on the run out, lays it. Oh, he missed that. Knocked to the floor. That foul's probably going to go against Kobe Bryant. It'll be free throws coming to Peterson. That's 4 personals now on Kobe. Excuse me, Stu.
Yeah, Kobe did get contact with the body, and they generally will protect the shooters because when you leave the floor, you're in a dangerous position. Any kind of contact when you're off the ground can really knock you off balance and cause serious injury.
Peterson now with 12 points in just 14 minutes. Last night in a losing effort up at Portland, he had 9 points in 21 minutes.
Another reason why Kevin O'Neal may not have Vince in the game is he needs to establish some other players as offensive threats. And if they don't have Vince to rely on, they're going to have to do some things on their own. You know, find somebody else to be able to put some points on the board.
Fisher, a couple of dribbles after a good screen from Shaquille. Not there. Ball deflected. Good rebound in traffic by Lamont Murray.
And they can get this down to a single digit here. The Lakers, since Shaq got back onto the floor, he hasn't really touched the ball.
It was one of the problems in Memphis the other night, particularly in the late going. Shaq only took 14 shots in that game. Outside to Murray, a three-pointer, not close. Good rebound by Shaquille.
We'll see if they slow it down and wait on the big fella.
12 rebounds for Shaq. George in the corner. Walton stays on with him along with Kobe Bryant. Devin guarded by Lamont Murray. Backing down is Walton, steps inside, no, comes right to Devin George, who throws it back up and in. Thank you.
Good pass, Luke. Give Luke an assist on that one.
Vince Carter is at the scorer's table and will be in on the next dead ball. Peterson's got it. Kobe with 4 personals, fights around the screen from Bosh. Into the corner now to Murray. Counts if it goes. Boy, they wave off the basket. The foul goes against Devin George. Thought that might have been a case for continuation.
When Dev tried to reach around, and he reached around all right. Didn't get any basketball, but he did get some of the skin. The Lakers leading it 83-70 on Fox Sports.
We welcome everyone back. Billy Mack back here at Staples Center. 5.5 to play in the game. 83-70 Lakers over the Raptors. And by the way, Fox's epic adventure, Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, will be opening this Friday only in theaters. It stars Academy Award winner Russell Crowe, who delivers a dominating performance. That's in 2 days, a movie that will take America by storm. Master and Commander, The Far Side of the World, this Friday only in theaters. And gentlemen, I heard you talking about the far side of the world of the NBA before. Let's go back up to you, Paul and Stu.
This is the near side, I guess. Let's update you on the Lakers' upcoming schedule, courtesy of Coors versus Detroit and Miami, Friday and Sunday. Then back out on the road, get Detroit out of the way, 2 against the Eastern Conference team. And at New York next Wednesday, the Lakers play 8 out of the next 10 right here at Staples as Lamont Murray gets the first free throw, first of 2 to fall. The Lakers lead at 83-71, 5:41 to play.
And 4 starters back on the floor for the Lakers. The mailman, Gary Payton, Kobe Bryant, Shaquille, and the 5th guy out there right now, just as good as the starter, is Derek Fisher.
Kobe with it on the wing. Devin George picked up his 5th personal foul outside the Malone 17-footer. Thought he made it, fell back on that one. Rebound taken by Lamont Murray.
There's still 5.5 to play. The Raptors, most points they've scored this year is 90. Well, they're only averaging 76, but they've only given up a high, I believe, of 87. So they don't score points, and they make sure you don't score very many.
In a loss at Minnesota, they scored 56. In a loss at Washington, Stu, they managed 60.
Yeah, they should be getting beat by 30 and 40 then. You know,
that's
as
right.
opposed to holding the opposition to under 87.
Carter with it on the wing, matched up against Kobe. Attacks, gets inside. Shaq came over to reject it. Shaq out on the break, gives it up to Fisher. 5 minutes remaining, pass inside to Malone, and a blocking foul is going to be called. Free throws coming to Malone.
Well, Chris Bosh, the rookie, he's saying to himself right now, was it worth it to try to take that charge? And didn't even get the charge. He got a blocking foul as he stood in there, and the mailman delivered the mail right into the chest of Chris Bosh. So the mailman to the free throw line to shoot 2. Bosh says, wow, I didn't get the call. I'd like to take all that abuse and the foul as well.
Fifth personal foul on Bosh, and Karl Malone, after shooting, and I hate to remind everybody, but had an air ball from the free throw line in the first half. Since that time, he shot the ball much better.
Well, I hope so.
Yeah, indeed. Malone now 7 of 10. Eyes the target and does not get that one to fall. So now with 13 points, 8 rebounds for the mailman. Lakers lead at 84-72. Still some work to be done in this one, Stu, although Toronto has not shown much consistency either. Oh, nice steal. Look at that play. Give it up.
Back to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Great play, Fish. Karl Malone anticipated that pass, stepped into the lane, and I mean intercepted it and took it down to get the easy deuce. And Kevin O'Neal says, he's running like the youngest man on the floor. Who said he's 40? He's not. He's teasing us on Fox Sports Net. Well, the Lakers leading 86-72, 4:33 to go in the fourth. We talked about defense being a team thing, and Kobe Bryant was guarding and shadowing Vince Carter. They're setting pick after pick after pick, and all of a sudden they pick Kobe off, but Karl Malone reads the play perfectly. Steps out, gets the steal. That's right, he deserves the deuce because that's team defense, and Malone now with 15 points, 8 rebounds, 3 steals, and 2 assists. Turning it up on the defensive end. He's been a 3-time member of the all-defensive first team. You add him with Gary Payton, who's been there forever. Kobe Bryant. You can see where this team can go defensively with Shaquille in the back, erasing all of our mistakes.
Lazio with it on the perimeter. 4:25 Carter is double teamed out near midcourt. Bosh has got it, has it stripped away. But a foul is called on the outside. The official underneath, Stu, signaled a block shot.
Yeah, okay, but in the defense of the officials in that case, he was underneath and behind the two players, Shaq and Chris Bosh, so maybe his angle wasn't as good as the outside official who had an unobstructed view of the play. Says that Shaquille hit him on the wrist and sends Bosh to the free throw line to shoot 2.
Bosh, who played only 1 year of college basketball at Georgia Tech before coming out as the 4th overall pick last year. A couple of scores from around the NBA in a rematch of last year's final. The San Antonio Spurs easily outdistanced New Jersey 85-71. Tim Duncan with 31. Jason Kidd a triple-double in that losing effort. The opponent on Friday night, as I mentioned moments ago, the Golden State Warriors defeat Detroit. Now the Pistons, after winning 5, have lost 2 in a row. Nice cut by Fisher. Was looking for Shaq. Shaq thought Fisher was going to the basket with it. Carter snap pass over to Peterson. This is a three-pointer, and he's got that one as well.
And just like that, it's a 9-point game again. I mean, you make a mistake, and you pay for it generally in the NBA.
Peterson off the bench with 16. Lamont Murray with 15. Fisher goes down into the corner. Payton with it. Malone looking for Kobe on the pinch post. 8 on the shot clock. Kobe squares up and is fouled on the arm by Peterson as Kobe fell back on an 18-foot jump shot.
That's another play that surprises me so much. How many times have we seen players shooting 18, 20-foot jump shots and players hitting them on the arm? I mean, once he's in the act of shooting, pretty much your defense has already been played. You play defense prior to the shot. Don't think that being a shot blocker makes you a great defensive player.
Kobe good on the first free throw. He now has 18 to go along with 3 rebounds and 3 assists.
Oh boy, the big 4 tonight. Shaq 23, Kobe 18, Malone 15, Payton 14, and all the other numbers that go along with those, steals, rebounds, and things of that nature. That's what it's going to take for this team to really excel.
Shaq also has 3 block shots, among the league leaders in that category. Kobe just blanketing Vince Carter. Ball passed almost near midcourt. Carter goes behind his back between. Oh, nice move by Carter. Throws it out to Peterson. Thought about it. Instead, back to Carter. Good ball movement. Not close on that shot. Good rebound again by Shaq.
You see how the Lakers really made him work for that shot as opposed to giving up the easy ones?
Outside to Malone. 18-footer no. Tell you, Karl's not having a good shooting night, but I'm glad to see him taking open 18-footers. Those will come. He's got to take that wide-open shot.
Well, if the Lakers stop fouling the Raptors, they may not score. May not have scored in this quarter. They've only got 2 baskets in the quarter. They do have 12 points from charity stripe.
Kobe again working hard on Carter. Carter with it around the screen from Bosh. A bounce pass to Peterson. Running at him is Gary Payton. A 24-second shot clock violation.
Gary liked that one. He probably ran over there and said, boo. Shoots up a brick.
So you know what the best part of the road trip was? Gary Payton and Ginobili, Manu Ginobili getting into it in San Antonio. That was the highlight of the trip.
That was funny.
Malone steps back. I like it. I like Karl taking that wide open jump shot.
Absolutely. Absolutely. If they're going to give him that, that's been his bread and butter over the last few years. Gotta knock that one down, and he will.
Malone now with 17. The Lakers lead it 90-77. Carter being forced baseline. Shaq comes over to help.
Jackson will get a defensive 3-second violation. Look at it.
Ball deflected. Good defense by the Lakers. Here they come. Off another Toronto turnover. Pass to Malone. He handed it off to Gary Payton. He lays it up and in, and the Raptors are down. It's Bosh and Milt Palacio among the photographers.
Well, the 92 points that the Lakers have, that's the most the Raptors have given up this year. And Kevin O'Neal wants to take a timeout and talk it over. Another good play defensively by the Lakers. And then the pass from Malone to Payton, that was something nice. As just a tap pass, and it ends in an easy deuce. Pretty basketball on Fox Sports Net. 92-77, the Lakers leading with 1:54 to play. And it's been defense in spurts for the Lakers. And when they've turned it on, and they got a turnover and then started pushing it up. Fisher Nice tap pass from Malone to Gary Payton for the assist and the easy deuce. Malone almost taking out our camera guys. The hazard pay down there. But great shot, guys. Good job in transition by the Lakers.
Well, the Lakers will improve to 6-2 with their victory tonight over the Raptors, who will remain a perfect 4-0 at home, but go to 0-4 on the road. And next up for them, the Sacramento Kings on Friday. Be sure and join us as well this Friday night for the Detroit Pistons, and then as the Miami Heat on Sunday. That Miami game on Sunday, as always, a 6:30 tip. The pregame show starting at 6 o'clock. Peterson to inbound. 1 minute and 50 seconds remaining in this one. The Lakers will win 4 in a row over the Raptors and improve to 12-2 all time against Toronto.
Kobe is all over Vince Carter.
Well, Carter has got him nothing, Stu, in this fourth period, as have at least none of his teammates. That's an offensive foul. Chris Bosh pushing off against Devin George has returned.
Another example, though, of the Lakers being able to turn it on seemingly when they want to. I mean, when I say turn it on, turn up the pressure defensively. But they've got to do that from the very, very start. Don't wait until the third and fourth quarter before you decide that you're going to tighten the defensive screws. Did the mailman go into the locker room?
I did not see that, Stu. I was just looking to try to see that as well. I noticed that he was off the floor.
He made a play and was grimacing. I mentioned that it seemed like he was holding his hamstring, and that was a few minutes ago. And he continues to play after that. I think he's in the locker room.
One of the most durable, if not the most durable player in NBA history, who has played as many games as he has. Fisher with a nice steal. Carter after it once again, and that foul is going to go against the Raptors. Both teams out of fouls, so more free throws coming.
Well, the game's not over yet, but it doesn't matter. It's over all for all intent and purposes. And with that, our Gatorade player of the game, Shaquille O'Neal. 18 of his 23 points came in the first half. He has 14 rebounds. He's only missed 3 shots, and he's been blocking shots. He's been very quick around the floor this evening. The only thing he didn't do well was free throw. But I'll take it, big fella. Anytime you can lead them to a victory, I'll take it.
Gary Payton goes to the sideline. His night is over. 16 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists.
Devin George getting a rare attempt from the stripe. That's his first trip to the 15-foot mark.
Wondering about how the Grizzlies did after their big victory over the Lakers. They went down to Orlando and beat the Magic tonight by 10. Devin George, good from the line once again. The Lakers lead it now by 17.
Everyone's beaten the Magic this year, though. I mean, even in Orlando, they can't seem to get a victory.
Well, they've lost 6 in a row at home, if I'm not mistaken, Steve. Also, the Miami Heat, congratulations to them. It took them a while, but they got their first victory tonight at the expense of the Cleveland Cavaliers. Peterson comes around to screen, 55 seconds to play, throws one up, no. Luke Walton in there battling for the rebound. Gennaro Pargo in. Gennaro minutes with the addition of the likes of Gary Payton, the future Hall of Famer. Minutes for Gennaro, who played very productively at times last year, been hard to come by.
Yeah, they've been hard to come by because, you know, just hard to get 3 point guards into the game. And there's just not enough time to give them the quality minutes that they deserve and need.
Kobe with it, swings through, go to the basket, no, skip pass to Pargo, out to Fisher for a deep three-pointer off the front of the iron, over the top of the backboard and out. Toronto will have it on the side, 30.9 seconds remaining.
30.9, game is in hand by the Lakers, and let's see what they do on the defensive end. The last trip down, they played defense as if it was the beginning of the game and they needed stops, and that's a good sign. They need to continue with that mentality.
Don't forget, as always, right after the final buzzer, the Southern California Sports Report will be coming up with a recap and highlights of this game, interviews from the locker room as well, and hopefully an update on the condition of Karl Malone as Carter goes to the free throw line. And we'll shoot a couple of more. The Lakers have made 28 of 45. That is a season high, Stu, regrettably, in free throw attempts. And Toronto now 23 of 26.
Well, Devin George picked up his 6th foul. He's not happy about that, as he felt that the offensive player Vince Carter ran into him. But he's happy about the victory. There are going to be nights when it just seems like the officials have your number, and they just, every time the whistle sounds, it's your number that they're showing with their hands to the scorer's table. for either a violation or a foul.
Devin fouls out for the second time in the early season. The first was against the San Antonio Spurs, limited to 25 minutes there.
Well, Lakers have enough points. They don't need to shoot the basketball, so hopefully they'll just dribble it out.
Again, inconsistency, the problem. Played 24 good minutes against Memphis. How many good minutes tonight?
I'd say out of the game tonight, they may have put together 18 to 20. No more than that.
Not enough. Coming in on Friday is Detroit. But so far, the final score tonight, the Lakers 94, the Raptors 79. For Stu Lance and Bill McDonald, I'm Paul Sunderland saying so long from Staples Center. Now let's go to the Southern California Sports Report with Vanner O'Wright and Michael Eaves. Good night, everybody.